Sometimes you need to walk away not to make others value you, but to value yourself. Denzel Washington. Imagine a world where your worth is instantly recognized, where every contribution you make is celebrated, every effort applauded. Now, open your eyes. Reality isn't always like that, is it? But what if I told you there's immense power in knowing when to walk away? That the key to self-respect and success might lie in the act of stepping back. Today, we're diving deep into this revolutionary concept, inspired by the words of the legendary Denzel Washington. Buckle up for a journey of self-discovery that will forever change how you see your value in the world. Think for a moment, how many times have you felt undervalued? How many times has your effort gone unnoticed? It's suffocating, isn't it? But what if I told you that this experience, as painful as it might be, could be the catalyst for your greatest transformation? Denzel Washington, a man who conquered Hollywood not just through his undeniable talent, but through his profound wisdom, gifted us with a powerful lesson: knowing when to walk away. But what does that really mean? And how can we apply this principle in our lives to achieve not just success, but lasting inner peace? Today, we're going to unravel the secrets behind this philosophy. We'll explore how the act of walking away, when done with intention and wisdom, can be the key to unlocking your true potential. I promise you that by the end of this video, you'll have a new perspective on self-esteem, relationships, and success. And the last revelation, well, it has the power to completely revolutionize the way you navigate the world. So get ready. This isn't just a motivational talk. It's a call to action, an invitation to rewrite your story. Let's start this journey together, unraveling the transformative power of knowing when to take a step back, to take 2 steps forward. The first step in this journey is understanding what it really means to walk away when not appreciated. It's not about running at the first sign of challenge or abandoning relationships and opportunities at the slightest discomfort. It's about recognizing your own worth and acting from that knowledge. Denzel Washington, in his wisdom, isn't encouraging us to be selfish or resentful. On the contrary, he's inviting us to deeply reflect on our place in the world and in the lives of those around us. When we walk away from situations where we're not valued, we're not just sending a message to others, we're reaffirming our own worth to ourselves. Think about it. How many times have you stayed in a job where your talents were underutilized, or in a relationship where your love wasn't reciprocated? The human tendency is often to persist, hoping things will change. But what if real change started with you? The Greek philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not things that upset us, but our judgments about them." This reflection aligns perfectly with Denzel's advice. When we choose to walk away from situations that don't value us, we're essentially changing our judgment about what we deserve. But pay attention. This act of walking away shouldn't be confused with running away. It's an act of courage, of self-preservation, and above all, of self-love. It's recognizing that your time, energy, and talents are too precious to be wasted where they're not appreciated. Now, you might be wondering, but how do I know when it's time to walk away? This is a crucial question, and the answer lies in developing a deep awareness of yourself and your surroundings. Start by paying attention to the signs. Do you constantly feel emotionally drained after interacting with certain people or in certain environments? Are your ideas and contributions frequently ignored or devalued? Do you feel invisible or taken for granted? These are clear indicators that it might be time to reassess your position. Psychologist Abraham Maslow, in his hierarchy of needs, places esteem and recognition as fundamental to human well-being. When these needs aren't met, we're not just depriving ourselves of momentary happiness, we're hindering our own growth and fulfillment. Remember, the act of walking away isn't about punishing others. It's about honoring yourself. It's about creating space in your life for opportunities and relationships that truly value you. Imagine a plant trying to grow in the shadow of a larger tree. It might survive, but it will never reach its full potential. Sometimes to flourish, we need to reposition ourselves, seek our own light. Denzel Washington, throughout his career, has repeatedly demonstrated the importance of knowing your worth. In an industry known for its unpredictability and sometimes unfairness, he stood firm in his principles. He chose roles that challenged him and projects that aligned with his values. This isn't just advice for actors, it's a life lesson for all of us. Now, let's address a crucial point: fear. Often, what stops us from walking away from situations that don't value us is the fear of the unknown. What if we don't find something better? What if we end up alone? What if we're making a mistake? These fears are natural, but they shouldn't be paralyzing. As Denzel himself said, don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. When you choose to walk away from a situation that doesn't value you, you're not closing a door, you're opening a world of possibilities. Think about all the great success stories we know. Many of them start with someone having the courage to leave behind the familiar, even if uncomfortable, in search of something better. Steve Jobs was fired from Apple, the company he co-founded, but that led him to create Pixar and eventually return to revolutionize Apple. J.K. Rowling faced countless rejections before Harry Potter was accepted by a publisher. These stories remind us that sometimes what seems like an end can be just the beginning of something extraordinary. But how can we cultivate the inner strength necessary to take this step? How can we develop the confidence to walk away when we're not appreciated? First, it's essential to develop a strong sense of self-awareness. Take time to reflect on your values, your passions, and your goals. When you have a clear understanding of who you are and what you want, it becomes easier to recognize situations that aren't aligned with your true self. Second, practice self-acceptance. Recognize that your worth isn't determined by others' opinions. As psychologist Carl Rogers said, the curious paradox is that when I accept myself just as I am, then I can change. Accepting yourself doesn't mean settling for less than you deserve. On the contrary, it's the foundation for seeking what you truly deserve. Third, cultivate relationships and environments that support and value you. Surround yourself with people who recognize your worth, who celebrate your successes and support you in your failures. These positive relationships will serve as a constant reminder of your value, making it easier to recognize when you're not being appreciated in other contexts. Fourth, practice gratitude. It might seem contradictory to talk about gratitude when we're discussing walking away, but gratitude helps us maintain perspective. Be thankful for the lessons learned, even in difficult situations. Be grateful for the strength you're developing by facing challenges. Gratitude keeps us centered and positive, even when making tough decisions. Fifth, develop your resilience. The ability to bounce back from setbacks is crucial when we decide to walk away from familiar situations, even if they're not ideal. As Denzel Washington wisely said, without commitment, you'll never start, but more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. Each time you walk away from a situation that doesn't value you, you're strengthening your resilience. Now, let's address a crucial aspect of this concept: timing. Knowing when to walk away is just as important as knowing that you should walk away. Sometimes the situation might improve with communication and effort. Other times, it might be necessary to step back immediately. How to discern? Start by making an honest assessment of the situation. Have you clearly communicated your needs and expectations? Has there been a genuine effort from both sides to improve the situation? If the answer is yes, and you still feel undervalued, it might be a sign that it's time to seriously consider walking away. Also remember that walking away doesn't have to be a dramatic or definitive act. Sometimes it might mean setting clearer boundaries. It might mean reducing the time and energy you invest in certain relationships or projects. The goal is to create a space that allows you to flourish, not to punish others. A powerful example of this comes from Denzel Washington's own life. In his career, he often chose roles that challenged him and had meaning, even if they weren't the most lucrative or popular. He walked away from projects that didn't align with his values, thus creating a career marked not just by success, but by integrity. Now let's address a crucial point. What happens after you walk away? This is an incredible moment of opportunity. It's a chance to rediscover yourself, to realign with your values and goals. First, give yourself time to process. Walking away from a situation, whether it's a job, a relationship, or a social environment, can be emotionally draining. Allow yourself to feel sadness, anger, relief. All these emotions are valid and part of the healing and growth process. Next, use this time for reflection. What have you learned about yourself from this experience? What signs might you have initially ignored? How can you use this wisdom in future interactions and decisions? This is also the perfect time to reinvest in yourself. What skills have you always wanted to develop? What dreams have you put aside? Use this opportunity to reconnect with your passions and ambitions. Remember Denzel's words, "Don't just aspire to make a living, aspire to make a difference." By choosing to walk away from situations that don't value you, you're creating space to make a real difference, first in your own life and consequently in the lives of others. It's important to note that walking away when not appreciated doesn't mean isolating yourself or becoming cynical. On the contrary, it's about opening yourself up to new possibilities and more healthy and rewarding relationships. Think of it like a gardener tending to a garden. Sometimes for the most beautiful and healthy plants to flourish, it's necessary to remove the weeds, not out of anger or resentment, but out of love for the garden as a whole. Now let's address an often neglected aspect of this philosophy, the impact it has on others when you value yourself enough to walk away. Often we fear that by walking away, we're hurting others or being selfish. But the truth is, by setting healthy boundaries and valuing yourself, you're setting a powerful example. You're showing others how you want to be treated. You're teaching the people around you about mutual respect and self-esteem. In many cases, your act of walking away can be the catalyst for others to reflect on their own behaviors and relationships. As Maya Angelou said, "I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." Thus, by walking away with grace and dignity from situations that don't value you, you're creating a lasting impact, not just in your own life, but in the lives of those around you. Let's now explore how this principle applies in different areas of life. In work, for example, knowing when to walk away can be the key to professional growth. Often, we stay stuck in jobs that don't challenge us or recognize our contributions out of fear of change or uncertainty. But as Denzel Washington said, "Without commitment, you'll never start, but more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish." Committing to your own worth and consistently seeking environments that appreciate you can lead to incredible opportunities you never imagined possible. In personal relationships, whether with friends, family, or romantic partners, the ability to walk away when not appreciated is equally crucial. Healthy relationships are based on mutual respect and appreciation. By setting clear boundaries and walking away from relationships that consistently devalue you, you're not only protecting yourself, but also opening space for deeper and more meaningful connections. Psychologist John Gottman, known for his work on relationships, identified contempt as one of the biggest predictors of divorce. When we constantly feel devalued in a relationship, it erodes not just the bond, but also our self-esteem. Knowing when to walk away can be an act of self-love and, paradoxically, can sometimes save the relationship by forcing a necessary re-evaluation. In terms of personal growth and pursuing goals, the philosophy of walking away when not appreciated is equally powerful. How many times have we given up on pursuing our dreams because others belittled them? How many times have we abandoned personal projects because we didn't receive the support we expected? Denzel Washington reminds us, "Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big." Sometimes walking away from negative voices, even if they're from close people, is necessary to bring our dreams to life. Now let's address a crucial point: how to walk away with grace and dignity. It's easy to fall into the trap of bitterness or resentment when we feel devalued. But remember, the goal of walking away isn't to punish others, but to honor yourself. Start by clearly communicating your feelings and needs. Often, people might not be aware of how their actions affect us. Give them the opportunity to understand and potentially change. If, after this communication, nothing changes, prepare to walk away. Do it calmly and respectfully. Explain your reasons without accusations. Thank them for what was good and for the lessons learned. Remember Michelle Obama's words, "When they go low, we go high." Maintaining your integrity and composure when walking away not only preserves your inner peace, but also leaves the door open for future reconciliations if appropriate. As we practice the act of walking away when we're not appreciated, we begin to notice a profound change in our lives. Our relationships become more authentic and rewarding. Our work becomes more aligned with our values and passions. Our self-esteem flourishes. But perhaps most importantly is the internal change. We begin to see ourselves through a new lens, no longer defined by what others think of us, but by what we know to be true about ourselves. This journey of self-discovery and self-valuation isn't easy. There will be moments of doubt, of fear, moments when you'll wonder if you're doing the right thing. In those moments, remember Denzel Washington's words, "Don't just aspire to make a living, aspire to make a difference." By choosing to walk away from situations that don't value you, you are making a difference, first in your own life, and by extension, in the lives of those around you. You're setting a new standard, not just for how others should treat you, but for how you treat yourself. Now, we come to a crucial point in our discussion, a revelation that has the power to completely change your perspective on the act of walking away. Are you ready? The truth is, by walking away from situations that don't appreciate you, you're not just creating space for better things in your life, you're actively attracting them. Think about it. When you refuse to accept less than you deserve, you're sending a powerful signal to the universe. You're declaring your worth, your dignity, and the universe responds. Suddenly, you start noticing opportunities that went unnoticed before. People who truly appreciate your talents and qualities begin to enter your life. Doors that seemed closed start to open. This isn't magic or simplistic positive thinking. It's the direct result of a fundamental shift in how you see yourself and present yourself to the world. When you value yourself enough to walk away from what doesn't serve you, you naturally align with people, situations, and opportunities that are in harmony with your true self. It's like tuning a radio. When you adjust the frequency correctly, the music plays clear and beautiful. Similarly, when you tune into your own worth, the right things start to resonate in your life. This is the true magic of knowing when to walk away. It's not just about letting go, but about creating space for something better. It's about trusting that by honoring yourself, you're paving the way for a richer, more meaningful life that's more aligned with who you truly are. So, the next time you find yourself in a situation where you don't feel valued, remember, by walking away, you're not just closing a door, you're opening a world of possibilities. Are you ready to take that step? Ready to embrace your worth and create a life that truly appreciates you? The journey begins with a choice to value yourself, to believe in yourself, to take a step towards a more authentic and rewarding life. Always remember Denzel Washington's words, "Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big." The real failure isn't in walking away from situations that don't value you. The real failure is in staying in them, denying yourself the opportunity to grow and flourish. So, I challenge you to look at your life with new eyes. Where are you not being appreciated? Where are your talents being underutilized? Where is your voice not being heard? And more importantly, what are you going to do about it? Remember, every step you take towards your own worth is a step towards a fuller, more satisfying life. Every time you choose to walk away from what doesn't serve you, you're choosing to move closer to what truly matters. You have the power to rewrite your story, to create a narrative where you're the protagonist, not a supporting character. A story where your worth is recognized, celebrated, and honored. And it all starts with a choice. The choice to walk away when not appreciated. The choice to believe that you deserve more. The choice to create space for the extraordinary in your life. So I ask you, what choice will you make today? If you've watched this far, share in the comments. I commit to valuing myself and walking away from situations that don't appreciate me. Your commitment might be the first step towards a profound transformation. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. Every person watching this video, every person making that commitment is joining a movement of self-valuation, of self-respect, of lives lived with purpose and passion. Together we can create a world where each person recognizes their own worth, a world where we lift each other up, where we celebrate our differences, where we appreciate the unique contributions that each of us brings. And it all starts with you, with your choice to value yourself, with your courage to walk away when not appreciated, with your determination to create a life that resonates with who you truly are. So, go ahead. Take that step. Make that choice. Start that journey. The world is waiting to see the incredible things you have to offer when you finally allow yourself to shine in all your splendor. Always remember, your worth isn't determined by others. Your worth is intrinsic, unchangeable, infinite. And when you embrace that truth, when you live that truth, you not only transform your own life, you inspire others to do the same. Are you ready for this transformation? Ready to embrace your worth? Ready to create a life that truly appreciates you? The journey begins now, and it begins with you. Thank you for embarking on this journey with us. Remember to leave your comment, share this video with someone who needs to hear this message, and come back for more inspiring and transformative content. Until next time, and remember, your worth is priceless. Never forget that.